Lost and Found. The sun was shining brightly in the fresh spring dawn, and the sky was flecked with little scudding white clouds. From a nearby field came the faint bleating of lambs, and 2 tiny rabbits bounded away from the sound of Sarah and Jamie's footsteps. Jamie pushed open the great black iron gates, and they entered an immense park.
That's some mansion. Bet it's got at least 100 rooms.
With acres and acres of grounds, millions of bluebells like a purple carpet. And I've never seen so many trees covered in blossom before.
Whoever lives there must be very rich.
You bet.
Should we take a closer look?
Yes, okay. But maybe we should go around the back of the house. All those windows are like staring eyes. Makes you feel you're being watched all the time.
You're right. Perhaps it'll seem friendly around the back.
That's more like it. The stable yard.
Who's she?
Dunno. She's wearing a frilly cap. The maid, maybe.
Hello?
Oh, you must be the new servants. Mrs. Powell will be pleased. We've given up hope of ever seeing you.
Who's Mrs. Powell?
The housekeeper. Have you ever been in service before?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. You'll soon get used to it. Toxteth Hall in a bad place to be. You'll like it here. You better come with me. I'm Minna, by the way. I'm an under-parlour maid.
I'm Sarah, and this is my brother, Jamie.
Follow me. I'll take you to Mrs. Powell.
What have we landed ourselves into this time?
I dunno, but it sounds like work to me.
Work? Me? I'm far too young.
Oh, shut up moaning, Jamie. We better follow her.
Kids aren't supposed to work. Don't have laws against that kind of thing.
Maybe we've gone back in time again.
Well, OK. I just hope they don't make me wear one of those frilly caps.
I think you'd look very fetching in one of those.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Let's get it over with, then. She looks a bit grim.
There you are, Minna. Now, where have you been? And who is this with you?
Sorry, Mrs. Powell. I just popped outside for a minute and I found these 2 wandering in the yard. They're the new servants.
Oh, are they indeed? Now, let's look at you. Well, you're a bit young.
That's what I said.
What was that? Speak up.
Nothing at all.
I was expecting you yesterday. Oh, but never mind, you're here now. So you better get to work straight away. The whole house has to be spring clean top to bottom before tea time. Now, Minna.
Yes, Mrs. Powell?
Find these 2 some uniforms and show them where they'll sleep. Then the 3 of you can make a start on the library. Now, off you go now. Scurry?
Yes, Mrs. Powell?
I suppose this uniform's not too bad. Oh, you look great, by the way, Sarah. Very trendy.
Oh, get on with it. We've got work to do.
Yeah, we have to take off all these dust sheets. Then we have to clean the windows, clean out the grate and lay a fire, clean the paintwork, polish the silver, dust the furniture and put out fresh flowers. Oh, and clean all the books.
We'll never get all that done in one day.
Oh, yes, you will. I want all that done by 1 o'clock, so no more chattering now.
Yes, Mrs. Powell?
I know we're not supposed to talk, but you've got to tell us something about this place, like who lives here.
Lord and Lady Matcham. And just Master Lawrence now, since Master Thomas disappeared.
What? Just 3 people in this huge place, with all these enormous rooms and books and massive chandeliers and things.
Shh, Jamie. What did you say, Minna? Someone disappeared?
Yeah, it was last November. Master Thomas was 21 last year, and Master Lawrence was 18. They went out riding one morning before breakfast, soon after Master Thomas's birthday. There was some kind of accident. They found Master Thomas's horse lying in the woods with smashed ribs. But Master Thomas had disappeared.
That's awful.
He was never seen again, even though the police and everyone in the village searched for a week. Lord and Lady Matcham were heartbroken, and so were we.
It must be really bad not knowing what happened to him.
Yeah, Lady Matcham took to her bed. Christmas was dreadful. There wasn't a party for the servants like there usually is. No one felt like it. Then in the new year, Lord Matcham decided to take my lady and Master Lawrence on a European tour. So off they went, taking the valet, my lady's maid, and a cook and a coachman too. And they're all coming back this afternoon. So we better get started on the books.
Okay, then where do we start?
There are so many of them.
Yeah, have a duster.
Thanks.
You start on this side, I'll do the other. We have to take out every book and dust it, and clean the shelf underneath too. Jamie, you can clean the windows.
All right.
Hey, look what I found.
What is it?
It's this whole section of bookcase. It just swung away from the wall when I was leaning on it.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a tunnel. I can just see steps going down into the ground.
Oh, there's always been a legend that there was a secret passage in the hall, but nobody really believed it.
Well, it looks pretty real to me. How about exploring it? We can take one of the candlesticks.
Good idea. I'm game.
No, you better stay up here and keep watch. Close up the panel after we've gone and think up a good story to explain why we're not here.
Oh, why me? Why do I have to stay behind?
Because I'm the one who found the passage, and I need Minna to tell me where we are when it comes out of the ground. And somebody's got to shut the panel from inside the room. We don't want anyone coming along and seeing it open, do we?
All right. See you later then.
Bit dark in here.
Someday this is turning out to be. First they make me work, and then I miss out on the exciting bit. Oh well. Better get on with cleaning these windows.
There's a light behind it.
What shall we do?
Look, there's a key in the lock. Let's try it. Here goes.
It's Master Thomas. Oh, sir, we all thought you were dead.
It's Minna. Minna, isn't it? I remember you. You're one of the parlour maids. What are you doing here?
Oh, sir, we were cleaning the library. Your parents and Master Lawrence are expected back this afternoon. Suddenly the panel to the secret passage swung open.
So here we are.
Oh, this is Sarah, by the way. She's new here.
You've got to help me get out of here. I'm a prisoner.
A prisoner? In your own home? How come?
It's my younger brother, Lawrence. He's always been very jealous of me. Last autumn, he arranged a riding accident for me. My horse fell into a deep ditch covered in brushwood. I blacked out, and when I woke up, I was in here.
And you've been here ever since?
That's right.
Someone's coming.
Quick, hide under the bed.
Okay.
And don't make a sound.
We won't. We promise, sir.
Having to do all the cleaning myself. Where have they got to? They've been down there for ages. Oh no, that must be the Matchams. They're early. Better go and look for Sarah. Where's the panel? Oh, at last!
were never coming.
Well, I had a lot of cleaning to do.
Never mind that now. Look, this is Master Thomas.
Hello there.
Master Thomas?
Yes, he wasn't dead after all. He's been kept locked up here by his brother, who wanted to inherit the title, and the head groom's been bringing him his food. He came just now with some lunch and locked the door behind him, which is why we're still here.
Well, Master Thomas, sir, I think your parents have just arrived home.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here.
Lady Matcham will be pleased when she sees you.
You three go on. I'm just going to explore the secret passage a bit more. It's not often that you get a chance to do something like that.
Jamie, no! Don't be an idiot. Come with us.
I'll be okay. A dead end. The tunnel didn't go very far. And what's up there? A trapdoor. And there's a ladder.
Gotcha!
Get off me!
How did you get here, young fella, my lad?
Parker, what's going on here?
Master Lawrence, but you're back.
You could say that. Did you know Thomas has escaped?
Never, sir. Why, I took him his meal only this morning. He was safe and sound then.
Well, he isn't safe and sound now. He's in the front hall with my parents.
Never.
Yes, and Mother fainted when she saw him. We've got to get out of here fast. Saddle up the horses.
Yes, Master Lawrence. Right away.
What about me?
I don't know who you are, but you're going to have to come with us as a hostage.
Oh, no. They'll be wondering where I am.
Come on. Come on.
Can't believe it after all this time, you know.
Help! Mrs. Powell!
Yes, what is it?
It's Jamie. He's disappeared. Can't find him anywhere.
Disappeared. Just when Master Thomas turns up, someone else disappears.
Aye, and he's not the only one that's disappeared. Mr. Parker's been missing since the family came home, along with Master Lawrence.
Does anybody know anything about this?
I'm afraid I do.
What?
Well, Mrs. Barlow, you had better tell us what you know. Why don't you try upstairs?
Right. Oh, there you are, Jamie.
You took your turn.
Better take this gag off.
I thought you were never coming.
OK, touche. We had to make up a search party with all the grooms and the footmen and the village policeman and the cook, whose husband turns out to be Parker, who locked up Master Thomas.
And took me hostage.
Well, the cook, who's called Mrs. Barlow, has really been married to Parker for 10 years, but they kept it secret because they thought they wouldn't be able to get a job together in the same place. And she's been cooking all the meals that Parker took down to Master Thomas, because she was afraid of him. Parker, that is. She says he can be very violent.
Hey, slow down. How did you know we were here? In this cottage?
Mrs. Barlow knew her husband had friends here.
What about Parker and Master Lawrence?
They were sitting downstairs drinking by the fire when we arrived. The policeman handcuffed them and took them away.
Come on now, you two. You'd better ride back to the hall in the carriage with Minna. I think you've all had quite enough excitement for one day.
I don't know about you, but I'm really tired. I've been on the go since 5:30 this morning.
I'm pretty exhausted myself.
And me. How are your parents taking the news, Master Thomas?
They were delighted to see me, of course, but horrified by what my brother has done.
I'm not surprised.
Well, we'd better be off now. Back to the hall. I'm looking forward to sleeping in my own room for a change.
Where am I sleeping?
You're sharing a room with the boot boy, remember?
The boat boy? I'm not sharing with him.
And I'm sharing with Minna.
Come on then. Let's be off.
I'm not sharing with the boat boy.
Oh, don't make a fuss.
The music in Lost and Found is taken from Schumann's Spring Symphony. At the beginning of the first movement, a fanfare for horns and trumpets seems to call to spring. The horns introduce a slightly sadder tune, played by clarinets and bassoons. Even the triangle has a part to play. In the second movement, the flutes and oboes play a new tune. The opening melody appears again, now played by the cellos. In the third movement, a solo clarinet, joined later by the flute, plays the graceful second tune. The middle section of the movement is a contrasting trio of quicker music. After a short introduction to the final movement, the violins play a tuneful melody. A sombre, dance-like tune, played by oboes and bassoons, may suggest a few clouds. The second half of this movement begins with curious rumblings in the cellos. These are just a few of the highlights from Schumann's Spring Symphony. You're bound to discover more every time you listen.